Hello everybody, welcome back to another Rogue Redstone gaming tutorial. Today we're going to be building a survival version of the working lava chicken stand from the Minecraft movie. I did get some cues off of this build from the Mine Mentor, but I put some of my own twist on this to make it a little bit more reliable for the Bedrock Survival Edition. As you can see, when we come over here and flip this lever, everything activates, the chicken comes down the chute. It gets cooked by the lava. Music kicks in. And as the music stops, cooked lava chicken drops right on the counter. Alright, so let's get started on building this today. For this build, we are going to need a 12 by 16 spacing. In the front portion, we're going to need to dig down 3. In the rear portion, we're going to need to dig down 4. As you can see, all the materials we're going to need on the side of the screen there. If you need to pause that, go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to come over to the front right corner here. And come down to the bottom, and we're going to count back 7. Alright, then we're going to count over 2. I'm going to grab orange concrete here to show everything good. We're going to make a little L shape there. Count over 2 from here, and we're going to make another L shape. Take out our redstone torches, and we're going to put torches on top of those. With polished andesite on top of those torches. Oops. Alright, take our sticky pistons and stick those on top, facing inwards. Put our polished andesite on top, or connecting to those sticky pistons. Now we're going to grab our block here, and we're going to come over to the right hand side. We're going to add 2 more to this. 1 down here. Grab a redstone torch. A block on top of that torch. Another torch on top of that block. It should go out. Now we're going to grab our observer, and facing upward off of that torch, place an observer. Grab our polished andesite, and we're going to place 2 pieces of polished andesite right there. Another block right up above there. And on the block that's coming off of this observer, we're going to place a piece of redstone with a redstone repeater coming out of that on 4-tick delay. This is going to allow our trapdoor to open up for our chute, for our chicken to drop down. So now that we have that, I'm going to take out a redstone torch from this front right corner. I'm going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count over 1 and dig down a block and place a redstone torch. Grab our redstone dust, and we're going to put some redstone dust and right behind that, connecting up to this torch here. Alright, so now that we have that completed, grab our observer. And we're going to place an observer facing forwards from this redstone torch. A redstone repeater coming out of there on 4-tick delay. A piece of redstone dust. And then another repeater facing out of that redstone dust on 4-tick delay. Go ahead and grab a block coming out of that repeater. Place a redstone torch on the side of that block. Go forward 2 blocks and place another block. And then we're going to place redstone dust on top of that, leading back to the torch. A piece of redstone dust next to this block here, with a repeater coming out of that. Grab our comparator, and we're going to stick a comparator going into this block with a torch on it. Go ahead and place a temporary block here, and a hopper placing into that temporary block. So that should be facing in there just like that. Go ahead and break this block, go into crouch mode, facing into that hopper, place another hopper. So we're going to place 5 blocks in this hopper here. And we're going to grab our comparator, swing around, and off of this hopper, place the comparator coming out of there, with a block coming out of there. Then we're going to grab a repeater, going into another block. 2 more repeaters going into another block, and then a final repeater here. Let's go ahead and set all these to 4-tick delay. Alright, grab our redstone dust, and let's go ahead and connect these torches here. Grab our redstone repeater, and behind this block here, we're going to put 2 more repeaters. Both of those also on 4-tick delay. Alright, now that we have that completed here, let's go ahead and grab our temporary blocks. Let's put temporary blocks right over that redstone dust, and 2 more right behind it there. Let's place 3 going this direction here, and these are all temporary. Grab our hoppers, and let's go ahead and break these blocks, and place hoppers facing into those blocks back there. Go ahead and swing around in this direction, and we're going to replace 4 of these blocks with hoppers going in this direction. So that should look like that. Go ahead and place 4 more temporary blocks over here with 1 to the side. Bring out our hoppers again, and we're going to replace 4 of these with hoppers pointing towards the front of the lava chicken stand. Swing around to this side here, and we're going to break this block and replace it with a hopper facing into that block there. And we're going to place 3 blocks underneath this temporary block. Put a piece of redstone dust at the end, and a redstone repeater facing into that temporary block. Alright, so now that we have all that done, it should look something like that. Go ahead and move on to our next phase. So we're going to grab our iron trapdoor here, and we're going to place an iron trapdoor off the bottom of this block. Like I said, when that activates, that'll open that trapdoor, allowing a chicken to go down the chute. So now we're going to go ahead and put our switch in. At ground level here, the front right corner, we're going to go over 1 to the left and back 1. Place stripped oak wood with red terracotta on top of that. Another stripped oak wood on top of that. Let's go ahead and put 3 more stripped oak wood coming out the bottom. Grab our oak stairs, and let's wrap oak stairs around that, upside down. Place a torch on top of that oak wood with redstone dust wrapping around here. So it should look just like that. Grab a sticky piston, and off this back block here, we're going to place a sticky piston facing downwards with a block on top, or a block connected to that. So now when we flip the switch here, that should open, and then the door should retract, allowing the lava to flow in and cook our chicken. Alright, so now that we have that all set up and working, let's grab our dispenser, go over here, and let's replace this temporary block with a dispenser. And go ahead and grab our orange concrete here, and leaving a space in front of this dispenser here, let's go ahead and start building our delivery system here, which will be a bubble elevator. Alright, now that we have that all working, let's go ahead and start making our furnace. Alright, so grabbing our glass blocks, we're going to start off our extended piston here. We're going to bring that all the way over to the other extended piston. Put 2 right in the middle just like that. Grab our polished andesite, and then we're going to cover this up on the side here. And do a row right across the top. Put 1 in right here on each side, and then we're going to put 2. Finish that off. For right now, we are going to leave the front open, and then we're going to go work on the back here. So above the extended pistons here, we're going to put 2 blocks facing upwards on both sides. On the right hand side here, we're going to put 2 more behind those, and 2 more over to the left. Now we're going to put iron trapdoors on the bottom side of each one of those blocks. Put some blocks right next to those. Swing around here, And we're going to put levers on both those blocks. Activate those levers so the trapdoors flip up. Alright, now we can go ahead and put our lava in place. So we're going to come in here and place our lava right behind those glass blocks. And go ahead and fill that in with our polished andesite. And now we can go ahead and fill in the back part of our furnace. Go ahead and put 2 right above that piston, and then we'll bring these all the way down to the hoppers. Go ahead and fill this in on the inside here as well. Come over here, once we have that filled in, right underneath this extended sticky piston. Fill this in all the way to the back, and then all these blocks here we're just going to bring over too, just like this. Alright, now we have all that filled in. Let's go ahead and place 2 blocks right in here underneath that lever. Now we have the back part of the furnace done. We can go into building the front part here. So above each one of these hoppers, we're going to place a block with a powered rail and a minecart with a hopper. Go ahead and break the block, and then we'll do that for all 4 of these hoppers. Alright, now we have that done. Go ahead and grab our iron trapdoors, and we'll place iron trapdoors over all 4 of those minecarts. Fill in the front of our furnace here. And if everything is working correctly, we should be able to check this dispenser over here, and we should have 4 powered rails. For now, we'll go ahead and leave those. Alright, so now that we got all that done, we should be able to go ahead and flip this switch. That should flip up. And this should retract, allowing the lava to flow in and cook our chicken. Alright, everything's working correct. Let's move on to our next stage. We're going to start building the lava chicken stand itself here. We're going to start with placing soul sand at the bottom of this bubble elevator here. So place that in right there. We're going to place oak planks on top of all 4 of these, or whatever you want to use for your flooring choice. Stripped oak wood on just these 2 here, and then red terracotta. On the front one, we're going to bring that up 4. On the back one, we're going to bring that up 5. Alright, now we're going to use that same stripped oak wood, come down here, and this block right above the dispenser, we're going to pull back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And let's just go ahead and wrap that around the stand. Alright, now we're going to place stripped oak wood facing upwards on all these here going around. And a line of red terracotta on top of that. Looks like we got a little rabbit checking us out here. Alright, so bring out our stripped oak wood. We're going to add 4 more to the top of this here. And then we're going to add 5 on top of all these red terracotta going upwards. While we're here, let's go ahead and knock 3 blocks out right above this red terracotta on the second one. And we'll go ahead and place in upside down oak stairs. And we'll go ahead and do that over here as well. And then place in a little staircase to get in. This will be access to the inside of our lava chicken stand if we need to do any maintenance or maybe feed the chickens. Alright, go ahead and continue with our stripped oak wood around the side and the back. When you get to this back corner here, we're going to take a pause again, and we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. Break out the red terracotta, and break out one of those stripped oak wood. We're going to go down to the bottom here. We're going to place 2 stripped oak wood down here. This will be another access point to the bottom part of our lava chicken stand. Alright, now that we have that done, we can go ahead and finish off our side. Perfect. Now we have the sides and the back done. We can go ahead and work on the front. Come over here and let's pull this across. Let's go ahead and come over to this side here as well. And let's connect this and let's layer this up by 2. On the top part here, let's go ahead and pull 4 over. And then another layer right underneath. Going to come over here, we're going to finish off the interior wall. As well as go ahead and fill this in with stripped oak wood also. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and put in our ceiling. Just going to run these in this direction here. And we're going to do 3 rows of the stripped oak wood. Now that we have those put in, let's go ahead and put 1 more facing upwards right here. Alright, so now we have the basis of our stand. Let's go ahead and put in the floor down here. Right on. Now we can grab our packed ice, and off this left corner here, we're going to put 2 blocks of packed ice with a oak pressure plate on top of that last one there, and a spruce trapdoor on this bottom block here that should face upwards, just like that. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab our mangrove stairs, starting at this corner, put it upside down, and we'll bring them all around. Now that we have that completed, we can finish off with our oak stairs down here. Do those upside down and we'll bring those around the front. And I'm going to bring this one past here. This will work for our bubble elevator as well. Alright, great. Now that we have that going, let's grab our next set of materials. We will start off with our red wool, and we'll place red wool over these packed ice. And then 3 white wool, and then 2 more red wool. Grab our oak slab, and we'll go ahead and clean this up. Now that we have that done, go ahead and grab our smoker, and we'll place 2 smokers here. Go ahead and crouch mode there. Do our oak stairs, 3 oak stairs like that. And our polished andesite stairs across the top to fill that in. Now we'll go ahead and take our oak shelf, and that will finish off the inside of our bubble elevator. Swing around to the outside, grab our mangrove shelf, and then stack some oak shelves on top of that. And that'll finish off the outside of our bubble elevator. Come on to the top here, and then when filling this up, I'm going to fill up facing these blocks here, because if you hit the staircases or the shelves, it could spill out. Alright, so let's make sure we go ahead and hit every single block, and then turn around and hit this one here as well. So that way I should force us into this. Alright, now that we have our bubble elevator working, we're going to go to the rear left-hand corner of our lava chicken stand. Down here, we're going to put in 2 pieces of polished andesite, or whatever block you want to use really, and then a 3x3 square right behind that. And put 1 more block up right behind there in the corner. Off of that block here, we're going to put a dispenser facing the front of our lava chicken stand, with a comparator on subtraction mode coming out of the side of that. Hit left trigger to turn that on subtraction mode. A repeater on 2-tick delay coming out of that into a block with a piece of redstone dust next to that, a redstone repeater coming out of that dust, and then 2 pieces of dust to finish that off. Alright, now we'll go ahead and grab our glass and put a piece of glass right over that dust so that doesn't break our redstone line. And then 3 pieces of glass right like that. Another piece of glass right above our chicken chute. And then finally 2 pieces of glass stacked vertically on all 3 of these blocks here. And that'll give us a nice viewing window in to see how many chickens we got ready. Alright, now that we have that done, go ahead and break the block underneath this dispenser and put a water bucket so it makes our chickens flow right into our chicken delivery chute over here. Alright, now that we have that done here, grab our hoppers and put a hopper facing downwards into this dispenser here. Go into crouch mode and we'll pull some hoppers off the back of that there. So all 4 of those hoppers are running into that hopper there. And off this 3rd middle hopper here, go into crouch mode again, and we're going to pull 6 more hoppers off of that here. So they're all running into that single hopper. And then we're going to do that off of all these hoppers here too. Go into crouch mode and pull 3 hoppers directly off the back of those. So all those run into that line there. Alright, great. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and swing over here. And let's leave a hole right above this door here. And let's also leave a hole right above our chicken chute. And let's go ahead and fill everything else in with stripped oak wood. Whatever you want, actually. You can use whatever block. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and move on to our next phase of making the roof. Alright, so we'll grab our mangrove slabs, and we'll put mangrove slabs at each corner here. Then we'll pull out our red terracotta, or you can use red sandstone if you'd like as well. And we're just going to do this design on every corner. Alright, now that we have it to this point here, let's go ahead and finish off the top. Great, now that we have our roof built, let's go ahead and grab our oak trapdoors. Let's come inside. And on the chicken delivery chute here, let's go ahead and put a oak trapdoor flush so it swings downwards. And then on this one over here, we're going to want that one to swing upwards. So let's go ahead and leave that one behind there. And put some ladders so we can get access up here to feed our chickens. And we'll put a door in here too. And then swing around. We're going to go ahead and put a door in here as well. And do some access ladders down here. Alright, now we have our access doors put in. Let's go ahead and swing around to the front. And let's go ahead and start putting in our glass. Let's go ahead and use glass blocks to put in on the bottom row on the front here. And then glass panes for the rest. The solid blocks will help prevent the chicks from getting down into this little area here. You can put panes there, but you will risk the tiny chicks getting in on the pressure plate. That'll keep the trapdoor open. Alright, for this final one, let's go ahead and do this from the inside. Alright, go ahead and throw some red carpet down here as well. Let's go ahead and grab some eggs. And And we'll go ahead and throw some eggs. I think it's like a 1 in 10 chance that you'll spawn a chick. Alright, now that we have some chicks spawned here, let's go ahead and grab some wheat seeds. And let's feed 10 wheat seeds to each chick. That'll make it into a full-grown chicken. Alright, now that you have some chickens spawned up here, let's go ahead and switch blocks and run for that trapdoor. Go ahead and close that behind us here. We might get a chicken down with us. Alright. Got one door over here, so let's make sure we have a door in here also. So now that we have all that finished here, let's go ahead and move on to our next portion. And one thing I forgot here is you can also preload this. So let's go in here real quick and then just pop some eggs in any one of these hoppers here. And we'll get our system to start loading some chickens in here, so our machine will start working a little faster for us. So while that's loading, like I said, let's go ahead and swing around to the back. And then under these 3 hoppers here, let's place 3 more hoppers facing downwards. And this far left one here, let's go ahead and take eggs again. And let's place a single egg in each slot. In the middle hopper, let's go ahead and take feathers and place a single feather in each one of those slots. On this far right one, let's go ahead and place eggs again. And this will reduce the chance of getting eggs or feathers in with your chickens dispensed out on your counter. Alright, now that we have that taken care of, let's come around to these 2 redstone repeaters here. And let's place a piece of redstone coming out of those repeaters. Break these next 3 blocks. And place 1, 2, 3 repeaters, all on 4-tick delay, facing into this block here. And then one after, let's go ahead and break out a 2x4 square with a repeater coming out of this block on 4-tick delay. A block coming out of that repeater with a torch to the side. Go 2 forward from that, we're going to place another block with redstone dust coming back to that torch. A piece of redstone dust next to this block here. A redstone repeater coming out of that redstone dust. A comparator going into this block with the torch on it. Go ahead and put a temporary block here. A hopper facing into that temporary block. And then break that temporary block and place another hopper facing into that. So let's go ahead and place 45 blocks into this hopper here. It can be any block of choice. Go ahead and take a block and place it over this redstone torch with 2 pieces of redstone dust connecting to this, which should drop a rail onto our counter here. Voila. Go ahead and collect that, and we'll go ahead and pull the rails out of the dispenser here now that we know everything's working. So let's go ahead and pull 2 more pieces of redstone dust off to the side there. Add 3 redstone repeaters in, all on 4-tick delay. Go ahead and put 2 blocks in front of that string of repeaters. A redstone torch on that front block. A piece of redstone dust right after that torch. A redstone repeater after that. And go ahead and break these 2 blocks, placing a redstone torch on that block in front of the repeater. And whatever flooring color you're going to be going with, place a flooring block right there. Alright, swing around to the back again here. And off of this block here that the 3 repeaters are running into, we're going to place 2 more repeaters coming out of there, both on 4-tick delay. with a piece of redstone dust coming out of there. Break the block in front of that. Place a redstone repeater down in there on 4-tick delay with a torch on top of that block. Now coming back over here to this piece of redstone dust, I'm going to add 2 more just like that, and then 2 more off to the side. Place a redstone repeater facing in that direction into a block with a torch off the side. Move forward 2, place another block, and let's connect that with redstone dust to that torch. Piece of redstone dust right next to that block with a repeater coming off of that and a comparator going into the block with the torch on. So let's go ahead and put a temporary block in here with a hopper facing in there, and then a hopper facing into that hopper. Let's go ahead and put 46 blocks in there. So let's go ahead and grab our next set of materials. Alright, so we're going to place an observer facing out of there off of that redstone torch with a repeater coming out of there on 4-tick delay. Now let's go ahead and grab a block and place a block right after that repeater, and then another block right in front of that redstone torch here. Now we're going to place 2 blocks on top of that torch just like that. Block off to the side here, and a block down there. All 3 of these here are temporary, so let's go ahead and break this one out and replace it with a hopper facing into that block. Another hopper facing into that hopper. And then let's go ahead and put activator rails on top of those hoppers. Grab our regular rail, and starting from the redstone torch, let's go ahead and wrap those rails around. Let's go ahead and wrap that down there so that all connects. Come around to the front. We're going to add 2 more regular rails to the front. Or, sorry, 1 more regular rail. And then 2 more powered rails just like that. And then 3 more regular rails around, connecting to 2 more powered rails. Go ahead and break this block here. And let's go ahead and put in a torch to power these 2 rails. Take your minecart with a hopper. Go ahead and drop that on this rail here so it slides down onto that. And we'll go ahead and grab our next set of materials. And swing over here, and let's put in a button on this line here and a button on this block here. Let's go ahead and replace this block with a jukebox, and then load a music disc or lava chicken disc into this hopper here. So now when we hit this button here, it should take the power away from that torch. Allowing our music to start. This block gets power here. Should send our minecart around, grabbing the block out of the jukebox and placing it right back in the hopper. Alright, now we can place our bell up front. And let's go ahead and build our giant chicken on the top. Grabbing our yellow concrete. Let's come up to the top here. And start by placing 2 pieces of yellow concrete right like that. And then go up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Grab our white concrete and go right across the top of those. And then make a 2x3 square on the front. And then a 3x3 square on the back. This whole body is going to be 3 tall. Go ahead and put in our wings. And then to make the head, we're going to start with a 3x3 square here. And we're going to make this come up 4 blocks tall. For the eyes, you can use black concrete or coal, whatever you have. Alright, and now our giant chicken is done on the top of our stand. All that's left is a little decoration. Grab our final materials here. Alright, and then we'll pull out our barrels. Put in our barrels over in the corner here. Smoker over in this corner. And our banners. Finally, some flower pots and some flowers on the counter here. Alright, and then all that's left now is just to clean this up a little bit here. So we can replace all this with our flooring of choice. Alright folks, there we have it. There is our fully built, fully functioning lava chicken stand. And as you can see, we already have some action going on in here. Got a bunch of little baby chickens, and within an hour or so, those should all be hatched into live full chickens, so you can start your lava chicken journey. Okay, so I fed the chickens a couple more times and went AFK for 2 hours. So let's go ahead and check how everything's going. So as you can see up top here, we got a lot of chickens. And let's check the bottom here. Alright, as you can see, we have a lot of adult chickens up here too, ready to be a lava chicken crispy snack. Alright, let's go ahead and flip the lever. Alright, you might get an extra chicken every now and then. Great thing though, if that does happen, the extras will store down here, so we'll drop them out on the counter. And as you can see, we have one fresh, crispy lava chicken on the counter here. Alright folks, well there is our fully functional survival mode lava chicken stand. If this helped you out, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for another Rogue Redstone gaming tutorial.